Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to look at replacing the alternator on this 2006 Hyundai Sonata. It has the 3.3 liter V6 engine in it, and customer was complaining that her car would turn on and then it would eventually die afterwards, and then she wouldn't be able to turn it on because all she heard was clicking in the dash, meaning that the battery was probably drained, um, indicating, hey, the alternator isn't charging the battery and the car is running off of the battery voltage until that dies, and then ultimately your car just shuts off. And then you won't be able to turn your car back on because the battery's dead and the starter won't work. But when it came into the shop, we had to charge it, or charge the battery because it was low. We charged it, did our starting charge test. The starter worked as it should. The alternator wasn't giving any voltages as the battery was slowly starting to decrease while we looked at the percentage at the voltage level of the battery. I think it was started at like 12.6, 12.7, and it slowly, as the car was running, started to go down to 11, 11.4. And then at that point we knew another visual indication like, hey, yeah, the alternator isn't doing what it's supposed to. Of course, we checked fuses and everything to make sure that those weren't the case. And then ultimately, customer needs a new alternator, which is what they came in and asking about to begin with. So that's what we're going to do today. So just follow along. Okay, so for this job, first off, you just take the beauty cover from the engine. It's just 10 millimeter either bolts or nuts that are connected to it. You're going to have to disconnect the negative battery terminal because we are working with the electrical system. And then the next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to remove the this air duct. Move this hose out of the way, the coolant hose, upper radiator hose, and then this plastic cover for the fan, because that's how we're going to be able to get the alternator that's located right there out of here. Otherwise, you won't have any room. Like I mentioned, the first few things is engine cover, the negative battery terminal, your air duct, coolant hose so you can move it out of the way, and then your fan protection or cover. Okay, now that we have the air duct out of the way, right? So here with just three little clips with the Phillips. The radiator hose is just held on by a clamp. I love bungee cords because you can move things out of the way. Then the next thing, there's gonna be a 10 millimeter bolt here that you have to remove for this plastic fan cover, and then another 10 millimeter bolt here that you're gonna have to remove. And then down at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see, there is a clip, right, that the actual fan assembly is held onto, and you just have to get a screwdriver down there to be able to move this little plastic clip out of the way so that you can get access, so that it could unlock the fan assembly and you can get it out. But I'll show you guys a picture, or I'll show you guys in the video of what I'm referring to when I take it out. All right, now that I have it removed, this is what I was referencing. So this assembly here, right, there's a little hook that is just a plastic clip, right, that sits right up above here. And then with your screwdriver, you just move it out of the way and then lift the fan assembly to get this removed. Just be very careful. You don't want to break them, just because that's how your fan accessory, your fan assembly is held on to the car, along with the 10 millimeter bolts. But and just be very careful not to break it. Okay, so now with that out of the way, you can see your alternator clear as day. You may have to remove some electrical connectors out of the way, and then you're going to have to disconnect the battery cable that comes from the battery that connects to here on the back of the alternator here, and then a clip or another wiring harness clip that you have to disconnect from the back here. Let me show you where it's at. Okay, here it is. Right. So just those two connectors that are held that are on the alternator. This one's just a push. You push and pull to get the connector out. That sits right below this battery terminal. So then, with that removed and out of the way, there are two bolts that you need to remove. They're 14 millimeters, which are, you see one kind of hanging out because I started to remove it right here. And then the other one is in line with the, I'll show you a picture of the new alternator and or show you the new alternator and see more or less where it's at. And it's another 14 millimeter bolt that is over there as well. And then I'll show you guys too, you have to remove the serpentine belt. And there is a, I'll show you a picture of it where the tensioner is, that you have to be able to get a, let me see what size it was. It was a 19 millimeter socket or wrench to get on it so that you can be able to turn it out of the way. But it's like hidden underneath this pulley, and then it's kind of semi-connected to this pulley here. And you can't really, oh, you can barely see it right there. Here, I'll zoom in. So it's hidden right there. But like I mentioned, I'll take a picture of it so that you guys know where more or less you need to remove. Excuse me, you don't need to remove that tensioner. It's just moving it, releasing some of the tension out of the system, the belt drive system, so that you can be able to remove the accessory drive belt, serpentine belt, out of the way, so that when you go ahead and remove the alternator, you won't have any, you'll be able to do that. It's part of the process. All right, so I just struggled quite a bit to get this thing out. So it would normally sit like this on the vehicle itself. So if you're gonna look at it from the side, right, this is the bolt that I showed you guys earlier, and the one that's not visible is down over here, 14 millimeter, like I mentioned. So here and here, right? And then the alternator sits like this on the car. The back view, you have your battery connector here, and then your harness that goes to the, whatever controls the alternator, right? So it sits like this. I had to, get it off because it's held on. It's not held on, but it's like under a little bit of tension here, where you need to kind of get it off. And then the way I took it out was like here, and then once I got it loose, I turned it upside down, right? And then I maneuvered left, right, up to get it up and out of the way. I think if you were to remove the dipstick tube where your check engine oil dipstick is, you have more room. Unfortunately, I was already in the middle of getting it out, that I couldn't get that dipstick out, and it's all it is a 12 millimeter bolt that is held on with. Like I was mentioning, the alternator went out in this upside down with the little pulley down here, and you just, the initial part is to get it unstuck a little bit out of the way, and then you just maneuver it so that it's upside down, and then you just move it in little directions here or there. The other thing that I forgot to mention is I removed this bracket, right, that sits here with the 8 millimeter bolt on it, and it's just so that it holds the wiring harness in its place. And you should remove that when you get it upside down. And like I said, it's an 8 millimeter nut. because it's going to make your life a lot easier, because that bracket gets stuck on things. So you remove that, and then you move it out of the way as well. And then I'll show you the dipstick. I removed it now to make my life easier when I go ahead and install the alternator, the new one. And then like I said, I'll just show you guys here. So all it is just a 12 millimeter bolt that goes here, and it's for your dipstick tube. And like I said, normally it just sits right here, right? But this little extra space and wiggle room will allow you to get the alternator out easier. It wasn't, not that it was hard, but it was definitely not easy to get it out of there. And let me see if I can get you guys a good angle. So that we can install the new one, and then I'll show you what I meant about. Oh yeah, that's way easier. Or at least I thought it would be way easier. Because the other thing you have to also look for and be careful is to make sure you're not damaging your radiator. Okay, there you go. There you go. Hope I wasn't blocking the entire process. All right, perfect. Okay. Well, I hope it helped in some way, seeing you how I was trying to get it in there. I definitely will say remove the bolt from the oil dipstick. It helped out so much, because I struggled way harder than that trying to get it out. But all right, so then we'll continue the process. I'll put the 14 millimeter bolts that go on the alternator, and then I'll come back. So I started the bolts for the alternator. You see one right there, and then the other one you can see right here is where it's at. And then this is where the bracket goes, or that I mentioned earlier that you have to remove. I'll go ahead and remove that 8 millimeter and then install the bracket. But I already went ahead also put the dipstick tube bolt on. But to finish the process is just in reverse order. Make sure you get your 12 volt battery connector here, and then your wiring harness to the computer, wherever it goes, right there. Your 2 bolts, like I mentioned, and then your fan assembly goes back in. Make sure you connect it, because there is an electrical connector connected to it. And then you have your bolts, 10 millimeter here and here, your radiator hose, your air duct system, your engine beautification cover, And then at the very end, if you did remove your hose, top off with some radiator or some coolant in your reservoir. And then I'll try my best to get a picture of that bolt that you need to adjust to remove the belt tensioner. And then I'll put it in the video. At some point, I'll put it in the video, just a picture of what it looks like. But it is a 19, make sure, yeah, it is a 19 millimeter. And I got a long ratchet to get access to it. But yeah, thanks everyone for following along. I hope this video helped some of you. Until next time.